Welcome back to Cap Tech. Today, we're diving into a fascinating statistical analysis of political leaders in democracies who have faced extraordinary challenges. We're exploring two intriguing scenarios: leaders who survived assassination attempts and those who were convicted of crimes after being elected. This is not a political video. It's an objective look at how these events impact their chances of re-election. Let's set the stage. Democracies are known for their unpredictable and dynamic political landscapes. Leaders face various trials, but two of the most dramatic events are surviving an assassination attempt and being convicted of a crime after or while in office. We'll look at historical data, approval ratings, and election results to understand how these events affect re-election odds. First, let's examine leaders who have survived assassination attempts. The immediate aftermath of such an event often includes a surge of public sympathy and media coverage. But does this translate into better chances of re-election? Consider Ronald Reagan. In 1981, he survived an assassination attempt that left him seriously injured. His approval ratings surged from 55% to 68% as the nation rallied around him. This surge in support was a significant factor in his landslide re-election victory in 1984. Benazir Bhutto of Pakistan faced multiple assassination attempts during her career. Each attempt garnered significant public sympathy. However, her political journey was marked by instability, and she was ultimately assassinated in 2007. While public support fluctuated, the broader political context and ongoing threats overshadowed any temporary boost in popularity. Theodore Roosevelt, after surviving an assassination attempt in 1912, famously continued his speech with a bullet lodged in his chest. His resilience garnered admiration, yet he lost the subsequent election. This illustrates that while personal bravery is respected, it doesn't always guarantee electoral success. Analyzing data across various cases, we see a pattern. Leaders often experience a temporary boost in approval ratings following an assassination attempt. This surge can be significant, sometimes increasing approval by 10 to 15%. However, the long-term impact on re-election chances varies. Factors such as the political climate, the leader's previous popularity, and their ability to leverage the incident effectively play crucial roles. Overall, surviving an assassination attempt can improve a leader's re-election odds, but it's not a guarantee. The immediate increase in support needs to be sustained through effective political strategies and favorable conditions. Now, let's turn to leaders who were convicted of crimes after being elected. Unlike assassination attempts, criminal convictions typically damage a leader's reputation. But how severely do these convictions affect their re-election chances? Lula da Silva of Brazil is a unique case. Convicted of corruption in 2017, his political career seemed doomed. Surprisingly, his approval ratings increased from 45% to 55%, and he remained a significant figure in Brazilian politics, even being re-elected. Silvio Berlusconi of Italy faced multiple legal issues, including a conviction for tax fraud in 2013. His approval ratings plummeted from 40% to 30%, and he struggled to regain political footing, ultimately leading to his decline in influence. Jacob Zuma of South Africa was convicted of corruption in 2018. His approval ratings dropped significantly, from 50% to 35%, leading to his resignation and diminishing his re-election prospects. Richard Nixon, embroiled in the Watergate scandal, faced obstruction of justice charges. Although he resigned before he could be impeached, his approval ratings had already nosedived from 60% to below 25%. Alberto Fujimori of Peru was convicted of human rights abuses in 2007. His approval ratings dropped from 55% to 20%, sealing his political fate and preventing any possibility of re-election. From our analysis, it's evident that criminal convictions almost universally lead to a decline in approval ratings, typically by 15 to 30%. This drop in support severely impacts re-election odds. The nature of the crime, the leader's initial popularity, and the media's portrayal of the conviction play significant roles in determining the extent of the impact. Leaders convicted of serious crimes like corruption, tax fraud, and human rights abuses often face insurmountable challenges in retaining or regaining public trust. The data shows that the chances of re-election after a criminal conviction are markedly lower, with only a few exceptions where the leader managed to turn the narrative in their favor. So, what's the verdict here? Surviving an assassination attempt can boost a leader's chances of re-election, but it requires maintaining the gained support through effective political strategies. On the other hand, a criminal conviction generally spells trouble for re-election prospects, often leading to a significant decline in approval ratings and public trust. Understanding these dynamics helps us to appreciate the complex nature of political survival and success. It's a testament to how extraordinary events can shape the careers of those in power. So now it is time for us to get both more granular and more contemporary. Let us examine if there are any candidates for the head of governments in democracies since 1776 who both survived an assassination attempt and were convicted of a crime. Well, let us now dive into the historical records to find out what it did to their odds of running the show in the wake of both of these events. A notable figure here is Lula da Silva of Brazil. While Lula faced several threats and politically motivated violence, there isn't a widely reported assassination attempt that he survived. However, in 2017, he was convicted of corruption. Despite this conviction, Lula maintained significant political support and was re-elected as president of Brazil in 2022. This example shows that it is possible for a political figure to make a comeback even after a criminal conviction. Silvio Berlusconi of Italy presents another interesting case. In 2009, Berlusconi was attacked and injured at a political rally, though it wasn't an assassination attempt in the traditional sense. In 2013, he was convicted of tax fraud. This conviction and his subsequent ban from holding public office significantly impacted his political career, preventing him from regaining the same level of political power. Jacob Zuma of South Africa has also faced numerous threats and attacks, although not a direct assassination attempt. In 2018, Zuma was convicted of corruption, leading to his resignation. Following his conviction, Zuma did not seek re-election, and his political influence waned. These examples highlight that while several political figures have faced significant threats and criminal convictions, it is rare for a head of government to survive a clear assassination attempt and also be convicted of a crime. From these cases, we see that Lula da Silva demonstrates that a leader can recover politically even after a conviction, although a clear assassination attempt was not part of his history. Silvio Berlusconi and Jacob Zuma show that criminal convictions generally have a more detrimental effect on re-election prospects than assassination attempts. Again, the combination of surviving an assassination attempt and being convicted of a crime is exceptionally rare, and leaders who face such extreme circumstances often see their political careers heavily impacted, with re-election being a significant challenge. So what do you think? Can a leader truly recover from such dramatic events? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more insights into political history and analysis. Abraham Lincoln would have been highly likely to subscribe if fate would have brought him cryo-freezing technology instead of John Wilkes Booth. Thanks for watching Cap Tech. In closing, and in sticking to family tradition, akin to my father protesting the nomination of Hubert Horatio Humphrey at the 1968 Democratic National Convention in Chicago, I'd like to close out this video with a quote by the infamous Ghetto Boys. It is the final verse from their hit song appropriately entitled Damn, It Feels Good to Be a Gangster, released in 1992. Damn, it feels good to be a gangster. Getting voted into the White House. Everything looking good to the people of the world. But the mafia family is my boss. So every now and then I owe a favor getting down. Like letting a big drug shipment through. And send them to the poor community. So we can bust you know who. So voters of the world, keep supporting me. And I promise to take you very far. Other leaders better not upset me. Or I'll send 1 million troops to die at war. To all you Republicans that helped me win, I sincerely like to thank you. 'Cause now I got the world swinging from my nuts. And damn, it feels good to be a gangster.